Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing fine. Oh, Mike. I switched it on and didn't move it in front of me. Bloody hell. One time, I'll get it all okay. Arctic Haze, I can just see there. I am just going live. Bit of a stream delay. So, a few hellos. Now, Pinion. Good evening to you. Tiffany Hall. How's Boo Boo? And little Tiffany. Hope you're doing well. Joseph Grant. Yeah, everyone, please hit like. I've already got 2 dislikes and I only just started. Flat F Aussie Jesus. Good morning to you, Ross, from the other side of the plane. Adam L. Hello to you. Joseph Grant. I think I just said to you, didn't I? Thud brought crackers. Where's the cheese? Always cheese here. So I'm going to scroll back up a bit because I don't want to miss anyone. Roger Rabbit, hello there. 9 o'clock hero and April Van Ryn. Hope that tonight's stream is finding you all okay. Who else? Colon. Now, Colon, you're supposed to be taking it easy. I've seen you in the live waiting room. You're supposed to be just taking a night off, mate. You do so much to help. Derek Whidden was here earlier. I hope you're still here. Philosopher of Nonsense, I believe, is still around. Yes, indeed he is. Who else? Derek Whidden. Scrolling back. Oh, I was there earlier. ZP or ZP was in the side chat earlier on. Not sure if you're still around. I hope you are. Anyway. Oh, I've just had... I know it's not working. I was chatting to another creator about this. I've got super chats and new subscribers set up so I get an audio alert. It appears and it will play on OBS. It broadcasts the graphic and no sound. And I've got no idea why. No idea at all. So let's have a quick look. Who is that? Oh, Logan E has just super chatted $1.99 to say hi. Hello, good evening, and welcome to you, Logan E, from wherever around this glorious sphere, Flat Earth Aussie Jesus, this glorious sphere you are. I better scroll back down the chat so I can see what's happening. Dora and Koo, hello there. And she's saying hello to the chat as well. Max Mac, hello to you. Colin Field, good morning. So I guess that you're on the other side of the world as well. So tonight, well, a couple of things really. I'll say a bit more about it in a while. But if you notice the background art, it will be slowly scrolling and panning and zooming around. That was produced by our very own Mr. Victory, who has kindly let me use this abstract as a backdrop tonight. I'll be saying... Flat Earth, Jesus. I'll be saying a bit more about that later on, but Mr. Victory is an artist and is selling stuff. And I get nothing, so, you know, this is it's some stuff that I think is rather beautiful, and I offered to put it up here. But yeah, we'll do a bit more about it later on. Tech Blog, newest, the very newest Patreon. Good evening to you. And Mitch Goldstein, hello there. Chris Marr. And Tally Bogle. What file type am I using for the audio on the notification? I don't know, mate. I will have a look at it some other time, but to be honest, it's rather low on the list of rectification priorities. Ah, Mr. Victory, do you recognise the background graphics, sir? Do feel free, Mr. V, to give any information in the chat to shill yourself so that people can have a look at any other bits of art you've got. I'm just showcasing one tonight because it's, it's a, what's the word? A massively high resolution, and I actually had to downgrade it a bit because it was going to take about 6 hours to render. So the real thing is better, crisper, sharper, etc., etc. Right, what else we got in here? Yeah. Christmas, Flight of Fuzzy Jesus. A bit early for beer. I thought it was never too early for beer. You see, if you were living in a round world, it, you could say it's too early, but you could actually say it's very, very late. Going round. So there's still just time to squeeze one in before breakfast. Yeah, I'm pleased with how it looks, Mr. V. Um, I'm not sure what res I put it down to, but I had to because that file was massive. Osvaldo Greco, hello there. Not seen you. I've seen you around in the comment sections, but not so much here on the live stream for a little while. But welcome back. Tommy Dot never thought he'd hear an Aussie say it's too early for a beer. Theoretic, your chat doesn't quite fit. Are you talking about the side chat? I think that's down to you. Your screen works fine on mine. Anyway, I did ask, because I'd misplaced it, I did ask Colon if he could dig out the link to the question form so that people could fire in questions, and he found it. Unfortunately, I need to adjust the link slightly to get it into my edit mode and to see the responses, and left it all too late, so can't do that. But I'm happy to have a go at answering any questions that are in, just come in the side chat. Just make sure you, what's the word, at Mr. Sensible, so that I notice them. That's probably the best way. If I see another one, I may or may not answer it, but I'll endeavour to answer any that are at Mr. Sensible. Now, good evening from Greece. Who is the most knowledgeable flat earther in real science, in your opinion? And I'm sorry, viewer from Greece, I have not got the faintest idea how to say your name. No, sorry, I can't even take a rough guess. My apologies. Most knowledgeable flat earther. Hard to tell, because I think ones who do know a bit about it are actually the pose that are using their knowledge about it to fight against it. I suspect that Mr. Anthony Riley, yes, that Anthony Riley, the Mr. DFOTY 2019 Mr. Riley, and Nathan Oakley, I suspect they actually know a fair bit more than they're letting on. And I was actually just watching something by Phuket Word, and I wonder about him as well. I'm not so sure. Because he was doing some stuff in a video, which I may or may not pick as a video of mine. Although he was wrong, he was actually getting quite technical. So I don't know. It's difficult to know. But I've had another super chat from Mr. Gary Tompkins, who super chatted $5. Just wanted to say, let's expand this a bit. Just wanted to say hi and thank you for your hard work. Well, thank you very much, Gary. I really appreciate that. And I'll tell you who else has done some good work, and that is a number of viewers, subscribers, Patreons, who have produced videos for me, which I'll start to show as channel takeover vids during this coming week, the week after, and I think, because I haven't planned them all out, I think it may be just into the week after that. I'm not sure exactly. I'll try and do some live chats. I've been trying to get ahead of myself to get one or two vids. But yeah, I've had a number of really excellent vids. And what's amazing is the differences in style. Now, some, I suspect, that you as an individual may absolutely love, and others you may absolutely have no interest in, partly because of the subject matter, partly because of the style. But everyone's different, because I certainly know there's people out there who hate me, and that's all right. But hopefully, amongst the takeover vids that are shown, you'll see 1, 2, 3, I don't know, you'll see several anyway, that you'll think is worth going to have a look at those creators' channels, have a poke around, and maybe you'll find someone new to subscribe to. That's my hope anyway. And another super chat's come in. This one from Mr. Logan E, who has super chatted $4.99. I've got to keep expanding the screen. Saying, I know somebody who thinks the Earth is flat. What should I say to them? I'll take that at face value, as though you really do. Okay? I think you've got to take them through it, Logan. Get them to explain to you, because they'll soon get themselves tied in knots. Something simple like, how does the sun move? And I guess they'll say it's in a circle over it. Well, how does the moon move? Pretty much the same. And then start talking to them, well, how does one eclipse the other? Or rather, how does the moon eclipse the sun? Because the sun never eclipses the moon, of course. And then how does the Earth eclipse the moon if it's always above the Earth? I think start with things like that. You could easily do a little diagram of a sphere with an excess-sized mountain and the sun off to the side, showing as the sun comes round at dawn, the tops of the mountains are lit. And then as it goes down at dusk, the tops of the mountain are lit last. How could he show a ray of light or patterns of light over a flat Earth to fulfill that? Because you can show him videos of it happening, sped up videos. I think that's what I would do. Get them to explain to you how flat Earth works, and then keep throwing little spanners in the works. Yeah, I think that's what I'd do. I'd like to sit in and listen to that conversation now. So, someone else in here, Mr. Andrak, good evening. Max Mac, hello. Derek, excuse me, Derek Whidden is in here still, good. Oh, I missed a few. Tusk, hello there. Oh, now Mitch Goldstein, you're talking about space-time. One of the videos I've got coming up, I haven't got a list of the names of them though. One of the videos I've got coming up, Mitch from Australia again. And as part of that, he's talking about gravity is not the force, etc. And showing that Brian Cox clip where he's holding a feather and a bowling ball and saying they're both standing still. The reason they don't fall is because they're not falling. And I found the most excellent video that demonstrates it and really explains bending of space-time without resorting to stretchy rubber mats with heavy balls on, which is brilliant. But this explains it, how an object can be moving dead straight through space-time and yet follow to us a curving path downwards. Absolutely cracking it is, and I'm looking forward to seeing people's responses to that, because I had never seen it before, and although I had an understanding in my mind that this guy's explanation demonstration makes it absolutely crystal clear, and I think most people should be able to grasp exactly what he's talking about. Cackadoodle, hello to you. Dark Knight, good evening to you. Kristen Frost, laser beams, hello there. And Andrew Stoll, at points. Afraid not, Andrew. I haven't set all that gubbins and gamble and whatnot up. I might do it sometime. I had a try on it I think it was on the Shields, wasn't it, Tatty? I don't know if you were there. And I had no idea what I was doing. I lost all my points in a few minutes and gave up. Yeah, never mind. So, yeah. Any questions? Just a quick update, personal update. New family has started arriving from America for the wedding coming up. It is Saturday today, isn't it? 1 week today. So we got some of them sat up at the house, and I've snuck out for a few minutes because I don't want to leave you guys without me for a while. Yeah, good evening, Dark. Dark, I think you must be just about my most regular and long-term commenter on my vids. Right from back, I don't know when, right in my earliest videos. He's a nerdy Christian, everyone. Hey, but I'm always pleased to see your comments. Oh, Carl Edwards, I have a question. How are you? Yeah, okay. I said that had a lot of stress here. Obviously, with the wedding, that's one thing. A few other things. We've got some elderly parents living here. Plus, we're trying to sell my mum's house. It finally looks like we'll exchange next week. As soon as we exchange, or that's not completed, everyone is committed and we can forget about it falling through, which has been one of the biggest worries. We have some other bad news, but it's not really something I can talk about. So, still tough, but we're getting there. We're getting there. But I appreciate the concern. Carl Edwards, yeah, how could I forget you, Mr. Long-Termer? Listen, if I don't mention someone, it's not because I don't appreciate them. Half the time, it's because there's so many of you guys, it's hard to remember you all. But some names are easier to remember, if not say, than others, like Aniceto Maldonado. I've seen you in my comments for quite some time. Excuse me. I have a treat, though. Look what I was brought from the States. Oh, yeah. Beef jerky. You gotta love it. A cow and a half in every pack. Concentrated cow. Lovely. Why is that so expensive? Well, here anyway. I don't know how it compares in the States. And Matt Churchyard, beg your pardon. Hello to you. Tom C. Tutor, been away a bit. Exam prep time, oh dear. Well, I hope you're getting some time off of that. Carl Edwards, actually, I'm usually out like a light when you're live. Are you saying I'm bloody boring? You fall asleep as soon as I come on. Anyway. Got a couple of people here in the chat. I'm not sure if they're both, ready to go, because one's got a mic disabled. The other seems to be ready. Let me go in and have a quick word. Any guys want to come into the chat now? Okay. Hold on. Right, well, our first guest for tonight then, if I remember to switch on the sound, here we go, is once again Mr. Philosopher of Nonsense. Hello and good evening to you, Pon.
I am totally not here.
Yeah, I know.
Secret.
I know. I did read it earlier on, and I commented. Yeah, I know you're lurking.
How are you today?
Yeah, okay, thanks. And you?
You can see half of my voice is gone, but I'm recovering.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I hope you haven't been too ill.
Oh, well, I ate too many YouTube trolls, and I don't think I cooked them all properly, so I got a little flurf poisoning.
Well, you know what you should make? Flurf jerky. Flurky. You just slice them really thin.
Jerky?
Flurf jerky.
I could totally sell.
Yeah. Slice them thinly, dry them out under a low heat, smoke them in, hickory smoke or something, add some spice. Could go down well. And the good thing about Flurf jerky is it's flat.
Yes, of course. They have to be little circles with the ice wall on the outside.
Excuse me.
I could do like Lucky Charms, but the Flurf edition, you know.
I presume Dora and Coos talking about this new idea of ours, our Flurf jerky. Says that sounds terrible.
Flurky, I like that.
Flurky jerky. Yeah, Tesla said that. Tesla Ranger.
Yeah, that's great. There we go. We have a brand name. Now we just need the production.
Absolutely. And there seems to be quite a lot of Flurfs who would not really be... Sorry, Dora and Coos just said you might catch Flurpies.
Well, I was thinking, we could put on the package that said now made with real Flurf.
Absolutely, 100%. 100%. And I think that our other guest in the live waiting room is active, so I shall bring him in as well. I'll just give him a 10-second heads up.
They're ready in 5 when you want, Rob.
Yeah, I'll drag you in now, okay?
Okay.
And yes, we have my patron, Mr. Mitch Goldstein. Good evening to you.
Good evening to you, Mr. Sensible. Hope you're doing well.
Not too bad at all. Let me just turn up your volume a bit, see if that helps.
Is that better?
It is to me. People in the chat, please let us know if there's any issues with the sound, either of me, Philosopher, or Mitch. It's hard to get it balanced.
It is hard.
Definitely. Yeah. So, Mitch, this is the first chance I've had to actually speak to you. I know I was on Discord with you earlier, but thank you very much. Mitch is one of the Takeover creators. He's done a video that I'll be using sometime over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Sensible. It was one of those things. I agreed to do it, and then all of a sudden I ended up with 300,000 other things to do.
Isn't that always the way?
That is always the way. It's astonishing how that happened, really.
I hate to say it, Mitch, I'm maxed out and I'm still barely hearing you. I don't know if it's me or
Still barely hearing.
Maybe it's a crappy mic. Is that better?
well, that's way better. Whoa.
Okay.
It's
There you
loud.
go. Crappy mic. Sorry, guys.
Right.
You flirfed. You flirfed.
Everyone in the chat, can you tell me if Mitch and Philosopher are loud enough? If not, maybe one of them is, one of them isn't. But to me, you see, you both sound
okay?
loud and clear.
I can certainly hear myself. All that matters.
Yeah, well, let's not be too absorbed here, I can hear myself. That's all that matters.
Well, that's true. I'll just take a recording and send it back to you, Philosopher. You'll be happy. Now, Dark says it's a bit loud. Don't know. Who's a bit loud? I must admit, looking at the indicator on mine, I'm just tripping into the yellow. But with you guys, you're going way up. So to me, it looks. Oh, I'm getting sounds good, but Mitch is too loud. Yeah, Mitch, if it's let me just adjust Mitch down a bit when he. Let's see.
Okay. Is that better?
Let's try that for a while. Yeah.
All right. We'll see how that rolls.
Give it a second for chat to catch up with the broadcast.
It's always a pain in the backside because you end up with so many settings just to set volumes. Turn Mitch down a wee bit, which is what I've just done. That sounds good.
I played around with this as a sound engineer for once. I'm no good at it, but I'll tell you, this is probably harder, is to balance everyone out.
Yeah, because I mean, you guys both sound perfect to me. Right.
Well, I mean, I am perfection already, so naturally, I would always sound perfect.
And 9 o'clock saying audio's good. Anyway, I'm going to try some Flurf jerky. I probably shouldn't really, because I'm going to end up. Oh, that's
but be careful. Be careful of the density.
It is quite dense.
I can also tell you, honestly, Mr. Sensible.
Yep.
I will give you some very sensible advice. Is to make sure if you're going to eat jerky, is to drink a lot of water or some other fluid that has a lot of water in it, because it does pull the water right out of your body when you consume it.
So by the end of this stream, I'm going to be as dry as a crisp.
Does vodka count?
Vodka does not count.
Well, I'm not going to eat any more of this because I'll be chomping the whole time. But lovely stuff.
You will literally desiccate yourself live on YouTube.
Yeah, but I'm a reptilian overlord. I don't think it will make a difference.
Oh, I tried that reptilian overlord stuff. That's so 1990s.
Oh,
Didn't quite work out for me though, because I found out I'm a mammal though. So I guess that's a disqualifying factor.
It doesn't help, does it? Doesn't help.
Well, if you have mammary glands, you're a mammal, basically.
Do all mammals have that? What about things like? Oh no, I was going to say kangaroos. They're marsupials, aren't they? But
Yeah, but that's what mammal means. Mammal means has breasts. That's exactly what it means.
Right.
And that's why echidna, spiny anteaters, are not mammals, because they lay eggs, even though they do feed their young with a milk-like secretion, but they are not mammals. They're close.
Mm.
Well, what about the duck-billed platypus though?
Isn't that one thing on its pretty much?
Yeah, that's also a monotreme.
Yes, it's
same thing. Also a monotreme.
Doesn't fit into many categories, does it?
I think the duck-billed platypus is kind of like the Porsche 914. It's just a mix and match of leftover parts.
Well, I don't know what they're talking about in chat. Dehydration, flurpies, for science, tits.
Breasticles.
Platypus doesn't have nipples. Why do men have nipples then? I don't know.
Because we're women with dicks.
Actually,
pretty much.
We do start off female. Yeah, we do start off female. My understanding is
testosterone kicks it over.
Well, Colin,
all you need is that one chromosome to screw up.
Sorry, one chromosome to what? Change female male.
Yeah, XX and XY.
Yeah. Ah, right. They're talking about, I can't say it, echidnas. Someone says they're mammals, and then Flat Earther says they're monotremes too.
They're not mammals.
Not mammals.
Nope.
Well, I will have to back off from that, as I have no idea. And I'm happy
to
say
they're
I've got no
monotreme.
idea.
They're monotremata. You can be one or the other. Can't have it both ways.
Yeah, well, we don't have stereotremes though, so
hi-fi tremes. Well, Christmas said we
Dolby surround tremes.
Yeah. Christmas says we all start off as arseholes. Some of us never grow out of that phase.
Well, I like to say that all men spend 9 months of their lives trying to get it back out, and the rest of their lives trying to get back in.
Yeah. Okay. Well, perhaps we better leave that at that.
Now that we've demonetized the video.
Actually, I do have something I'd appreciate both the chat and you two guys' views on. A couple times when I do a video, people like it, some people don't like it, and that's fine. But a couple times, including with this reptilian one I did, people have said, in this case, that, what was the name? Heidi Wormhat, who supposedly is Hans Wormhat with a voice changer. I know nothing about that. But saying, Heidi / Hans has mental health problems, you shouldn't do them. And it's difficult to know where you draw the line. I mean, I have done a video a long time ago about a girl just to point out the things she was saying, but I was very careful not to give out her channel name, not to take the mickey out of her. And in fact, she was quite worrying. I think she was somewhere in Australia, and I tried contacting the local police to make them aware because I had concerns for her. But yeah, basically, someone posts some stuff on YouTube, some conspiracy rubbish. Half the time, they're gullible people or silly people, but there are times when perhaps they've got mental health issues. But I don't always know where to draw that line. What do you guys think about it? What ones should you do, not do?
Well, I would just say, like in many cases, if they're strong enough to pose the question, they're strong enough to take the answer. But I mean, if you just get that sense, that spidey sense that like, no, this isn't just some gullible person. This isn't just a con artist, but this is somebody who's actually like really off the rock. I mean, with flat earthers and conspiracy theorists and all those types, it's really hard to tell because conspiracy theories, tend to be believed by schizophrenics.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to tell like how deep that rabbit hole goes.
It is difficult. I mean, that one with that girl that I was mentioning, she believed that the moon was a hologram, and she absolutely definitely had some real problems. There was no doubt about it.
What do you mean the moon's not a hologram? Just kidding.
Well, it wasn't.
What do you mean? I have 3 of those.
It wasn't that she suggested the moon was a hologram. It was the way. It was her mannerisms. Her eyes kept going wide, and do you know what I mean? Her body language. You could tell she had a mental health problem of one sort or another.
Yeah, well, that's where your spidey sense kicks
Yeah.
off. But I mean, really, you can't be held responsible for that. They put the video out there. It's not your fault if you picked it up.
Well, I most definitely wasn't taking a mickey out of her, and I certainly wasn't cruel or nasty in any way. I just talked about it and then stopped it partway through and explained why. And I did get good feedback from people saying, yeah, I think you're right. I think she's got problems. You treated her nicely and so on.
I mean, we could say the same thing about, super rats and stuff like that. But,
Exactly.
But then again, I mean, he's asking for it. So, I mean, he's putting himself out there, and he won't stop, and he's directly challenging people. So, at that point, it's like, yeah, it's open season.
You can't be a flat earther if ridicule is something that traumatizes you. I just don't see how you could do that, because all they're doing is opening themselves up to ridicule. There's really no other response.
No,
Well, yeah, I mean,
yeah, go on, carry on.
sorry.
No, please.
Oh, well, I was just saying, if you're too scared of cars, don't play in traffic. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. You're putting yourself out there. You're going to get criticized by one person or another. If you have some sort of mental breakdown because your like-dislike ratio is not what you wanted, that's not on the people who actually watched your videos. That's just on you.
Yeah.
But then again, mental illness is almost largely diagnosed pretty much all over the world anyway. So, you just gotta you play your cards. But like with that one girl, you see that she's a little off. You just sort of, okay, I'll just back away from that one.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
make a note, like.
Well, to be honest, there was no forgetting her. But I was just I was scrolling through the comment, and I just saw a name, and then I couldn't find it again. But I have now. April, and actually, I was looking at this person a little earlier on this evening. April Van Ryn said, "Mr. Sensible, I worry about Dr. Claudia Albers. She's very different." I agree. Her theories. I don't know if you, philosopher or Mitch, have seen or heard of her, but she's. You haven't.
I've not.
No. Well, she's all into this Planet X Nibiru thing.
Oh, yes. Now that you
Lordy.
Yeah. But
we were just talking about the other day.
Yeah.
I was with my colleagues away on a training mission when I recorded the video, and that evening at dinner we were just talking about that very thing. Oh my heavens!
But was it that lady? Because I do believe that at one time, well, I guess she still is. She was a doctor. She was a physicist, but now she's. I don't wish to be rude, but she's just out there.
Off the rails?
Off the rails, as Julie said.
Absolutely, and it is quite worrying.
Yeah, but the first thing, having a PhD is no guarantee of sanity.
No, absolutely not.
Well, yeah, look at all those crazy NASA people trying to teach us that the world is a globe and stuff. I mean, they got to be out of their minds.
Well, Renee Nemi has said Dr. Claudia Albers is whacked in the noggin. Well, that doesn't sound like a technical assessment of her, but I think you're probably right. Flat Earth Aussie Jesus said a little earlier something along the lines of, he's not, was it not schizophrenic, all his personalities agree, something like that.
Okay, points for Ross there. That's a good...
I like you, Ross. You're a good man. A bit out there, but a good man.
Yeah, he's agreeable, but I mean, sometimes he just kind of goes on, and you kind of have to shut him down a little bit and say, hey, no, hold on, here's what we're talking about, But yeah, no, I mean, I would say he's arguably better than a lot of flat earthers I've ever done.
Oh, I'd say definitely better. Definitely.
So the schizophrenia is really all about basic attachment to reality, right? So to me, flat Earth believers, conspiracy believers, they kind of seems like it's their nature to be attracted to these kind of things, and they also seem to be very frequently appear to me to be people who have suffered from abuse, and for some reason they're trying to find some abstract idea on who to blame for their problems. And what could be more convenient than blaming NASA, who has practically nothing to do with anybody?
Well, it comes back to when they say they or them. They are telling us this. It's easy to blame a nameless or faceless source for this or that, and come to believe that that's a logical conclusion. But it's I don't know. It's almost like a crutch, But then again, I'm like a coping mechanism. I don't want to say crutch, but a coping mechanism. So. But then again, there's just some people who just really believe that because they just don't have the education behind it.
But the thing is, NASA is a definite target. It's a real organisation. They own property. You can go to their sites, or some of them. So everyone knows it's real. So it's not just some Illuminati or some concept. That they are real, and they're definitely involved in all this space stuff. So what?
But there's not very many of them. I mean,
no.
I know I know two NASA scientists, but yeah, I'm a scientist. But the average person isn't going to have contact with someone from NASA. It seems kind of unlikely.
To me, it's looking for the bad guy. I mean, like I group a lot of them together. They could be put into one category. The truth or this. The Area 51ers and the JFK and the Jimmy Hoffa's and the moon landing and all that stuff. All of those, they're all looking for a bad guy. You look at the alt-right in the U.S., George Soros and Hillary Clinton, they're the bad guys. They need a bad guy to center around this sort of attack on them somehow.
Do either of you know much about QAnon? Because someone mentioned
where do I start?
I know. Someone mentioned that to me recently. He said, have a look at them. And
Don't do it.
I had some time, and so I just started reading Wiki article about it as a starter. Wow. I don't know what else to say. Wow.
Yeah, I've dealt with these type for, I'd say, when did Trump start his nomination? It's the whole, I don't know how much you know about it, but QAnon is just supposedly somebody who's supposedly in the government who's leaking this information and giving them the insider scoop when it's really just maybe one or two guys sitting at their computer in a basement somewhere making this stuff up as they go along and laughing their butts off that people are falling for it.
Yeah, they're basically making they're kind of like not just cranking the rumor mill, but actually stoking it. They're actually making up the stories that become kind of this backstory of this weird movement in America that's centered around basically just this guy's just makes stuff up.
Absolutely, because you're getting stories from them on the fake news websites. Then other fake news websites are taking those stories and adding more stuff to it. And then, and I'm not getting into the politics of left, right, whatever, but Trump has retweeted some of those stories, which are patently false.
Well, when has Trump ever told the truth?
Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to get into politics.
Yeah, but no, it's more about just the psychology. It's those same kinds of people. I mean, they're conspiracy theorists.
It is the same kind of people. Sorry, it is the same.
Well, yeah, I group them all the same. It's the conspiracy people. They're like I said, they're always looking for a bad guy and stuff.
Yeah, they're always looking for simple explanations, complex, and that's a sign of low curiosity, low intelligence.
Well,
Or a lack of intellectual curiosity.
when is the next U.S. elections? Is it this year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this year.
Not soon enough for my taste.
I'm sure that's right, Mitch, and I'm sure that there's a whole bunch of people who hold exactly the opposite opinion. But it's later on this year, is it?
Yeah, it's supposed to be
November.
November. Yeah.
Of
But
course.
anyway,
Yeah.
talking about aliens and stuff like that.
Yeah, go ahead.
A lot of people saying, well, I mean, your reptilian lady earlier today. Yeah, talking about, well, the first thing that got me was the reptilians mating with men's daughters, and that was in the Bible. I don't remember reptilians in the Bible at all. And I've read it cover to cover. I mean, it used to be an evangelistic type.
It was Nephilim coming down and making it with men's daughters.
Ah, yes, yes.
And then she showed some what do you call them? The relief carvings of sort of giant people. One had a fish head and so on. And so obviously those were the cross between humans and Nephilim, obviously.
Well, it's also people just misinterpreting mythology because, I mean, you look at the Greeks, I mean, all the planets are named because of the Greeks. Mars is the god of war, Venus is the god of love, et cetera, et cetera. We call the moon Luna, and we call the sun Sol. That's Greek mythology, and a lot of people misinterpret all of that.
So just going back to aliens, Quebechet Lucifer says female aliens have 3 nipples too. Well, that'll be what was her name? Oh gosh, that's testing my hitchhikers. Eccentrica Golumbitz, the triple-breasted whore from Eroticon 6. Yeah, get it.
That was also copied in Total Recall too, the movie.
Yes, yeah. Hey baby, if only I had a third hand, or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The original film.
Earth scum.
Sorry?
No, she said Earth scum at some point.
Just love all that stuff. This is what's wonderful. We're from all around the world, and we can share stuff like that. Shared experiences.
Oh well, we're always up to no good. That's what we're here for.
Before the internet, we'd have to do this all by mail.
Oh geez. Oh, then you have to go to the library and what do they call those ancient iPad, ancient Kindles? Oh, books. That's right.
Ancient Kindles. And have you ever used oh gosh, microfiche?
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, and you use one of those for half an hour, and when I used one, I felt like throwing up, whizzing across.
Yeah.
Oh, someone just said that. Where is it? So I should go a mastermind for Hitchhiker's Guide. That'd be interesting. Thing is, I know the first few, but the later books I don't know quite as well. But anyway, sorry, that was.
No. I was just thinking it's been such a long time since I read that book. I should pick it up again.
They're brilliant, aren't they? Absolutely love it. Wobbly Nostrils says, "What do you think of David Icke?" Well, I'm not sure where you're from, Wobbly, because I guess most people, around the world will only be aware of David Icke since he's got all these weird and wonderful ideas of reptilians and so on and so forth. But here in the UK, back when I were a lad, he was a sports TV presenter and as straight as a die. And all of a sudden, I think he quit the BBC or ITV, whoever he was working for, dressed himself in lilac or turquoise, and basically stepped in the deep end. Were you aware of that, guys?
No, I didn't get much into mythology and stuff. I just wanted to throw in that Flat Orthodoxy Jesus seems to think that we need to brush up on our religious beliefs, but I actually don't think so because I don't deal in religion anymore.
No. I mean,
I deal in the understanding of something on the basis of facts, not belief in something in the absence of them. So I don't deal with religion very much.
well, apparently, Wobbly Nostrils is also from the UK, and the reason he's mentioned David Icke is because Creaky did a video on him. But I'm just wondering, Wobbly, if you remember him before he went. I don't like using the word mad, but before he went mad. Anyway, I have some news, guys. Tomorrow evening, and I think it's about 7:15, I am on the Creaky Blinder Live, so I hope to see you all there. I don't know if you saw his Creaky cast last week.
Oh, he's hilarious.
He's great, isn't he? It's a shame nobody understands him because of his accent.
He has no accent.
Well, that's what he says, but he's a lying sod, isn't he?
Of course.
No, I really like Creaky.
And what sort of accent is that?
A bad one, Mitch. He's from Wales. It's a Welsh accent.
That's what I thought.
But I was talking to someone who said the first time that they heard him, he said, I thought he was a white dude from Jamaica because he'd never heard a Welsh accent before. So I'm going to make sure I tell Creaky that.
Oh, Lordy, not the science is a religion thing. Flat Earth Aussie Jesus, let me just tell you, the wheel came before the Bible. Sorry.
Mr. Victory, Son and Dad Show. Well, that's right. You know, I like to encourage him, keep his mind active, you know, now he's getting old. Yeah, this whole thing about science as a religion, I think it's just trying to use the concept of religion as a weapon. We know that you always take the mickey out of us because we believe X, Y, or Z in the Bible. So we're going to take the mickey out of you and accuse you of exactly the same sort of thing. But there's one big difference. Evidence. I don't know what else to say.
Well, also, science doesn't have a mantra. Science does not have a deity. Science does not have any sort of book or set of commandments or anything like that in a religion. It just doesn't happen that way. Only religion has that.
And science is not in the superstitious realm and talking about afterlives and angels or anything like that. Because you've got lots of different religions.
Right.
Who have various beliefs of deities and angels and Nephilim and goodness knows what else. Science
But
doesn't.
the difference, the other chief difference, I guess, is science is at least tended self-correcting and peer. Religion is certainly puts a great deal of effort into maintaining its own inertia, and it's not open to interpretation or modification, and that's what causes all this splintering about. But
Can I
not
just
only
jump in?
science is a religion, but there's belief in science. It's just about different things. Just like we say we believe in gravity because you can't prove that every time I drop something it will fall. We just induce that because of the laws of the universe it will.
I just want to jump in. I just want to jump in real quick that Flat Earth Aussie Jesus wants to say that we invented heliocentrum on 1600, but heliocentrum, that was about 2,300 years ago, was it not? About 600 years before the Bible was written.
The earliest evidence we have of any culture that had any knowledge of heliocentricity were some of the Sumerian and Phoenician cultures and the Egyptian cultures that would place it about 2,000 years ago. We're pretty certain that the Egyptians knew that the Earth went around the sun because they made observations along the Nile of things that were straight up on different days of the year and could time that it was the same time based on the flow of the Nile. And that was a inner knowledge for their priesthood that the world actually went around the sun and not the other way around.
I'll be back in 10 seconds, guys. You carry on.
Sure.
Okay.
Carry on.
Now that we got rid of that guy. No, well, I just want to shout out Sean Hawkins and Casual Spaceman is here, so I just want to say hi to them. Okay, well, don't all rush to talk.
Well, I don't know if Tiffany Hall's still in here, but Arnold's just come. Oh, Tiffany's got a thing for our Arnold. Are you still in here, Tiff? I think so.
Well, what I like to say is that science is a religion in exactly the same way that celibacy is a sexual technique.
And bald is a hair colour.
Well, just like you know, you can just be a little bit dead, not fully, but just a little bit. I love it when people mix that up. I mean, the commercial that really burned me up the most was for a pregnancy test. They say for when you're a little bit pregnant.
A little bit.
No,
pregnant.
that's an absolute. You either are or you're not. Anyway, I'm gonna step back for a couple seconds. I
Yeah.
need some more squirrel juice. Be right back. Arnold.
Yeah, that's him purring away. That's for you, Tiffany. Anyway, yes. So Philosopher's clearing off for a minute. So
I'm still here.
you
here,
certainly are, Mitch.
and-
So what have you been up to that you're happy to talk about lately?
Well, like I said, we made our little video.
Mm-hmm.
A trip out west for a company gathering and to go visit my brother's family in Los Angeles.
Oh, very nice.
I rarely get a chance to see them.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of interesting that I've watched them grow up on Skype, basically. And so it's always great to get together with them. I only get to see them once or twice a year.
That's hard.
And I think I may drag them to Disneyland. I'm trying to decide whether
Oh,
or not.
nice.
Oh, yeah, Julie's jealous.
Is that Mrs. Mitch there? Hello to you.
Yeah, that's Julie.
Hi, Mr. Sensible.
Hiya, Julie. You're right.
I love your voice.
Oh, thank you.
It's very soothing.
Ooh.
You could always change the name of the channel to. I think that
I think maybe me and
What
Julie.
a catch!
What?
Sorry.
we're watching the football game. I'm sorry, Mr. Sam.
Oh,
Ah, well,
Some of us are not fully in the game here.
So much for my soothing voice. All she's worried about is a bloody football.
That was a spectacular catch.
I thought I nearly pulled there.
Well done, Mr. Sensible. Yes.
Well, I'm just borrowing this voice for now. Mine's in the shop.
You get yours is where in the shower? Did you say?
No, I'm borrowing this voice for now. Mine is in the shop. You see?
Oh, the shop. The shop.
Yeah,
Sorry.
That's why I sound all raspy.
Are you from Wales as well? You haven't got an accent either.
I saved the whales.
Oh, I don't.
No, I am unfortunately an American, not by trade.
Not by trade. And I would never ever ask or expect anyone to dox themselves. But if you're happy saying, what sort of area of the States are you from?
Oh, I'm in Seattle. Come get me.
Come get me. So
I'm in Pittsburgh. Go Steelers.
Seahawks will still kick you.
well, I've only been to the Phoenix area. One trip to the States. Absolutely loved it.
Phoenix is nice.
Phoenix is nice. It's a beautiful, beautiful part of America. You should be lucky, but Pittsburgh's pretty nice too.
Oh, speaking of Phoenix,
Yeah.
Arizona, did you hear what they're doing now as a direct result of climate change?
What, in Phoenix?
Oh, in Arizona in general.
Okay, what are they doing?
They're moving daytime activities to nighttime. They can't do construction work. They can't hike. They can't do anything because the temperature is so high, people are passing.
Well, to be honest, that probably would have made sense anyway. I was there in I think it was the very late 80s, was it? Or mid-90s, I'm not sure. And I mean, it was 42 degrees, and they were doing construction on the 101, I think, at that time, the 101 interstate. And I'm thinking, how the bloody hell could anyone work out in this? I just couldn't believe
Well,
it.
apparently it's gotten so hot, like even planes or grounding planes because it's simply too hot to fly.
Yeah. Well, I know that when I was
I mean, it's.
Well,
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, I know that when I was there, I was told when you park up your car, leave the windows open a crack. That wasn't to let cool air in or anything. It was to stop the windows breaking as they expanded.
Yeah, like if it gets too hot, like your windshield will just suddenly like shatter.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
I mean, especially if you got a darker colored car. You know, I mean, you've seen the tests, you know, of the car in sunlight. How it'll get so like I've seen cars they've gotten so hot on the inside that the dash is melting, leaving the car undrivable.
It's crazy. I mean, I absolutely loved my time there.
Mr. Sensible.
Hello, Julie.
Hi. I was once on vacation when.
Sorry, you cut out there, Jules.
Oh, I was once on vacation in Phoenix with my family.
Yeah.
15. And we went to a shopping mall, and we didn't know about all the windows, leave the windows cracked, and we came back out, and my mother could not get into the car to start it. It was so hot, you couldn't touch anything inside the car.
Yeah.
Finally, she got her hand in around and got it started and turned the air conditioning on. We actually had to stand outside the car till it cooled off enough so we could get in the car.
Absolutely.
It's amazingly hot.
I know. It was like that when I was there. But there was a guy, I was there for a training course, 2-week training course, and there was a guy from elsewhere who'd hired a convertible, and we went out to get lunch one day, and so he had the top back, air conditioning full on, and the top down. But actually, it did help a bit.
Oh, that's definitely an American thing, driving with the top down and the windows all the way up.
Yeah. But it's a beautiful country. We went, or rather, I went down to Tombstone, Arizona, to see, the Boot Hill Cemetery and to walk around Tombstone. I went into Big Nose Kate's Saloon and into the OK Corral. I then also drove around to the Painted Desert along the old Route 66. Went to Meteor Crater, the Barringer Crater, which was in my video the other day, with a photo of me from back then. And then up to the Grand Canyon, and down Flagstaff, and back to Phoenix. Absolutely loved it.
I prefer the coastal areas myself more.
Well, I'd like to see them. It's the only area of the states I've personally been to. I would love to go to Monument Valley. That's Nevada, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, and actually, central Utah has 3 famous parks there. There's Zion National Park. What's the other one?
Finest.
And there's another one that's a national forest, and of course, I can't remember the name of it because my brain is old. But it's actually all of the trees there are clones of a single aspen tree.
Yes,
and
I've
it's
heard of that.
considered to be the what the hell is the name of it?
I don't know.
It's considered to be Fish Lake National Forest, and
Yes.
it is the largest organism on Earth. It is all connected together.
Yeah, I have heard of that. And I would just love to go to Yosemite.
Yeah, you and everybody else. It's the most crowded. It's the most crowded park. You have to really go there just around the right time of year to make sure you're not there with everybody else.
Yeah.
And also, never walk beyond the markers. Never
That's a
walk
good
beyond the
plan,
markers. There's a lot of people that make that mistake to think, oh, I'll just get a picture, and then the next thing you know, we have a dozen rescuers out grabbing somebody because they, stepped in something that they really shouldn't.
I don't know what you're talking about, really. What markers, what they stepped
Because
in. A nasty turd or
no,
something?
not you. I mean,
Oh yeah,
an active caldera.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
they're
Right.
active. They're active geysers at
Gotcha.
Yellowstone.
Oh,
And
right,
someone
yeah.
was actually boiled to death recently, fairly recently.
Yeah,
So,
that's Basically, they said if Yellowstone blew, it would probably cause the equivalent of a nuclear winter that would black out the sun for thousands of years.
It
Like,
is
it's
one of the
huge.
super volcanoes, isn't it? And
Yeah,
it
it's, I
is
think, one of the
rising.
biggest.
It is rising, and it's overdue, desperately overdue as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah, moving just in the Pacific Northwest, there's been a lot of recent earthquake activity, and over here we're overdue for a big one by about 20 some odd years.
I think it would solve a lot of our problems myself.
Well, all we need to do is just move all of a certain people. I'm not going to mention flurfers, but we'll just move them all to there and have them observe.
Well, what we all could do is organise an international flat Earth conference just before. Free tickets, free
Yes,
flights.
free ticket. We'll fly you there, free hotel.
Either
Everything.
that. I was actually thinking of starting a cube, just to see if I could get any
Sorry, starting a what, Mitch?
cube Earth. You know that the Earth's a giant hex.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I did do one on. I
It's
did
a
do.
die 20.
I did do a video.
Yeah,
Sorry, I did do a video.
D6.
I did do a video earlier with someone who proposed Pyramid Earth, but I'm not sure if it was a piss take or not. But it seemed straight up and not being funny. We see so much rubbish anyway. It's hard to tell what is rubbish and what's made up. Well, you know.
And there's also I have seen cone Earth.
yeah.
Paul, someone claimed that a cone-shaped Earth would explain the phenomenon of the Foucault pendulum. Because the further you were, you think I'm kidding, right?
No, I've seen it. That's why I'm laughing.
And that's actually not true. It does not explain the behavior of the Foucault pendulum. Only a sphere.
Yeah, we also got the variances on the disk model. You know, where there's like, okay, it's not like beyond the ice wall. There's all these other continents that supposedly exist, and then there's like these astral planes of projection that occur in the atmosphere.
Do you want to come in, Casual?
And,
Yeah, why not?
Okay, I'll drag you in. Hold on.
Believing it.
Yeah, I am still here, guys. I just popped into the waiting room because we have a new guest. Someone who's been on a couple times. When I was talking with James Skipper, the retired NASA test engineer. So anyway, here we've got Mr. Casual Spaceman. Good evening to you, Matt.
Good evening, or good afternoon, or good morning, wherever you might be from.
I don't know who you've met.
Good afternoon.
I don't know.
I thought I'd come on. Sorry, go on ahead.
I was just going to say, I don't know who you've met and who you haven't. Mitch is one of my patrons and one of the people who provided a vid to help cover some of my slots. And Philosopher of Nonsense has, along with a few others, has started a new Discord channel. I'm not sure if you started a YouTube channel yet. Have you, Philosopher?
Yeah, actually, if you don't mind me plugging it, that's going to be airing in literally 4 hours. That's going to be our roundtable discussion, and I don't think it will be too bad if you came along to come and play. And
well,
I
would.
Casual Spaceman. I just got to say, fly casual, but don't look like you're flying casual.
Yeah, well, Philosopher, I would love to, but I'm not going to be able to. But if you drop a link into general chat or the lounge, I'll happily post it in the side chat.
I might.
I will find it in just a second.
Is this a Discord server you're talking about? Or?
No, well, we have our own Discord, but we're going to be actually launching the channel itself.
Oh, YouTube channel. Okay, sorry. Yeah, pop it in chat. I'll definitely come and watch something a bit. I always like to see something new coming along.
Yeah, well, Philosopher, along with a few others, have. I suppose are you equivalent of the Shield agents, Philosopher? Similar sort of thing.
Comment. We basically just want, because we've had so much fun with this flat Earth stuff, we decided to come out and just tell everybody that we started it.
Sorry, you started Flat Earth.
Well, yeah, of course. We started it for our own amusement. It was a little coffee parlor game we were doing, and everyone went for it. So now we're just going to show everybody that it's there. I don't know. We're playing around for now, but there we go. and that would be it right there in the lounge.
Oh, in the lounge. Okay, let me grab that. If I can see it. Why can't I? Oh, I'm not at the bottom. Okay, I've got it.
Oh yes, NASA Black Site Area 69. Yeah, Digital Davros was telling me about that.
And there you go
Yes.
in the side chat. It's there for everyone to enjoy. And that's at what time, Philosopher, or how long from now?
It'll be 4 hours from now, if I'm correct.
So about 0200
Should be
UTC.
Yeah, I think so. Cypher is somewhere in the Discord. I'm trying to raise him, but he's on AFK at the moment.
Well, so Casual, you popped in, and you're always welcome, as I'm sure and I hope you know. But was there anything particular you wanted to cover or talk about?
No, not really. I just thought I'd pop in and lower the tone a little bit, you know.
That sounds good enough to me, mate. And
I just popped in to say hello, really, more than anything else.
Hello.
And, see what's going on. Hello.
and did you manage to get in touch with Jim?
Yes, I did. Yeah. All it was, last time we spoke, we were talking about the pressure differences with the spacesuit. I believe the spacesuit he was involved with,
yeah.
and the difference with the Mercury and all the rest of it. And he was talking about how they were talking about the valve and all the rest of it when it got to a certain pressure, and it could depress and all that kind of stuff. So he was I think he was kind of correcting himself a little bit. I think he felt that he made a little bit of a mistake, and he was just corrected. So yeah. So he got into. I haven't really responded to the email again yet since then. I had a question for him, but it just kind of went out of my head and been involved in other things and all kinds of different things. Life gets in the way sometimes.
Well, Matt, I had someone put in comments the other day asking if I'd ever heard about that time that NASA astronaut in the vacuum changer collapsed and he tried to tell me about it. Yeah, I know about that because Jim had just stepped out the room when it happened, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it did. Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's what happens when you don't use a correct vacuum. You see, if you use a Hoover, it doesn't work. But if you use a Eureka.
Yeah, exactly.
I just want to say, not to be repetitive, but the Black Site, we're going to be debating all sorts of things, not just flat Earth. But if you're debating me, I just want all flat earthers to be warned, and I think Flat Earth Jesus already knows this, is that I will crush you. I will crush you as soon as you try any gish gallop, as soon as you try any lies. I have better debunking material than you think you have. So watch out.
So Philosopher,
I'm definitely going to go watch this.
Are you having arranged guests, whether they're flat earthers or whatever, or is it open and if one turns up, you'll take them on? What's your format?
Well, we're probably going to be doing a little bit of both. It just sort of pans out how many people want to actually take on the challenge to see if they can take someone like me down, because I have a lot of relevant experience that they don't. But we got a lot of people with a lot of experience on a lot of things. So we got Planner Walk there. We've already co-opted Mr. Sensible, of course. But yeah, we have a lot of people, and we actually did our homework on this. So really, there's going to be a lot of trouble for anyone who thinks they're going to do their run their Gish Gallop script. We would take on Oakley right away, but he's too afraid of people like me or Cypher or anyone else.
He won't come out.
No, he would run terrified. But Wotan now,
about 6
come get me. I'm coming for you, Wotan.
About 6 or 7 prominent Globers have actually all tried to get Riley out of his echo chamber, but he just won't. And it was ever since who was it? It was Conspiracy Cats. Absolutely flattened him.
Sorry, you talking about Oakley? It was Oakley.
Oakley,
with,
sorry, not O'Reilly.
with
beg your pardon.
Riley
Yeah, sorry.
moderating, and to be honest, he was moderating
Yeah.
quite fairly, as far as I recall.
No, because it was O'Reilly's channel, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Well, I mean, he was moderating because he said, look, to be fair, you didn't give him 10 seconds to reply.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anyway, Conspiracy Cat's absolutely destroyed him, made a right fool of him. Ever since then, he just won't come out of his own channel since then. So,
And actually, I'm just going to take 10 seconds. I said that I'd mention about this background image. I'm just going to switch off the you guys' sound for a second. Let me just transition this over. This is the full-sized image, abstract image that Mr. Victory has produced. He's got lots of other similar sort of graphics, absolutely beautiful stuff. I have no idea how he produces them, and I said to him, I don't want to know. I just looked at it and loved it. So if you're interested in either this piece of art or other pieces of art of this ilk, then you can contact him as per that email address, mrvictory77@outlook.com. And I'm sure that he can point you to his store and things like that. I think he does posters and stuff like that. Well worth a look.
Victory, very nice, lovely.
Isn't it just? It's beautiful, absolutely stunning.
And did you actually add it as like a gift to sort of like as a moving image behind you, or was that
No? What
was that something?
I've done is I've actually made a movie on a loop, and it just does slow pans and zooms over about 20 minutes.
Oh, very nice.
So,
Okay.
so you should see it. I mean, when it comes back up, you should see it's moving very slowly. But it's absolutely huge image, and I had to knock the resolution down rather a lot. You should see it at full res. It's just stunning.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Yeah.
Did anyone ever see? I'm sorry.
I was going to say, but that's a quick shout out for Mr. Victory. Please feel free to contact him. His email address is just above me as well on the screen. MrVictory77@outlook.com. Yeah, go ahead, Pon.
Oh, I just want to just bring up well, number one, Sean Hawkins, come to Discord. Number two, did anyone ever see the what was it, the 20 million megapixel picture, like someone took over like a whole city where you could literally zoom in. It's so big that a lot of computers simply can't display it like on your desktop.
Yeah.
But like you could actually see like someone standing in their window in an apartment building that was like miles away. I mean, it was an incredible picture.
I've not seen it. I heard somebody else talking about that, funny enough, just a week or two ago. But I haven't seen it myself. But I wouldn't be able to open it anyway.
Yeah, the resolution is insane. I mean, if I had a camera like that, well, I guarantee you every flat earther would be jealous. I mean, isn't that like a P like 20 million or so?
It could be, couldn't it?
So you're not even talking about 8K. You're probably talking about 16 or 32K image or something like that.
No, the image itself. The image itself is something like 200 some odd megabytes at least.
Wow.
And it's just a still.
Well, this image that I've got scrolling across the screen. Sorry, what size did you say? 200 megabytes.
Something like. I mean, the resolution is insane. I don't remember what it is. I try to find.
Well, this image I'm showing. I said, yeah, let me have the full res version. It's about 125 meg.
Yeah, that's a pretty big picture.
Isn't it just? So, I was able to zoom in, and it's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But I've knocked it down. It's still way higher than it's actually displaying, but I didn't want to risk losing anything that could be shown on the screen. It's one of those things you can zoom in and see so much of interest, like the Hubble Deep Space Field pictures. They're stunning.
Oh yeah, see, that picture I was talking about. I tried to view it on my computer. My video card just says and the computer just shut down. Just like, nope, not doing that.
No way.
What's amazing about the Hubble that people don't describe, and I'll try to, especially the deep field work that they did, was a patch of sky so small that it would be the size of a grain of sand if held out at the length of your arm of the sky, yet it contained literally hundreds of millions of galaxies in a huge cluster.
Well,
And-
perhaps they just got lucky, Mitch, and they just happened to pick the exact direction where all that stuff is, and everywhere else is empty. What's it?
It's
Well-
certainly possible.
Yeah,
Well, I
But
mean, they and in all intents and purposes, they actually thought that patch of sky was empty
yeah.
until they pointed the Hubble at it.
It's just
Well, it's
amazing.
always empty until you look deeper into it.
Mm.
But just to paraphrase a line from the movie Armageddon. Let's see, what was it? Well, pardon me, sir, but the NASA budget only gives us about $100 million to scan the sky, and that gives us about 3% of the sky. Beg your pardon, sir, but it's a big ass sky.
Yeah.
I love that line in the movie because it really is a big ass sky.
Big ass universe.
Wow, this is true. And
True.
talking of big ass, I said about that image being 200 meg. Well, Mr. V's just posted that the raw file, as he made it, was actually 3 gigabytes.
Yeah, okay. See, I might have been conservative when I was thinking 200 some odd for
Yeah,
that other picture because it was abnormally huge.
I'd like to see that.
I could try to find that. I don't know if I can, but I can try to find.
Yeah, well, no
Well,
rush. Just drop
would-
it.
It would have to be a scaled down version of it, though. I think. Wouldn't it? Let's be fair.
Well,
Yeah.
I found my video card just would not display. It wouldn't even try.
No, it's the same with mine. I think my computer would just laugh at me if I tried to open
Well,
it.
perhaps
So-
you should try printing it out at a scale of, I don't know,
Oh,
one
geez.
to one.
No. If you printed it out, let's say if the pixels were at your average, say, 1080p resolution on your average TV screen, right? I think the image would probably cover about 20 or 30 football fields.
Yeah.
Wow, Jesus Christ!
Well,
I think I might have found it.
oh, well, I better not load it up, or all the all the
Don't
lights
try.
will dim in the house. Local power stations switching on.
Speaking of conspiracy,
That wasn't it, but that was pretty big.
Yeah, if you
here's a conspiracy.
drop,
I really gotta clean up my search term. I just did it too generally, and well, let's just say what I came up with was not safe for work.
okay, okay.
No, it's in there somewhere. Oh no. Oh.
I'm glad you're not screen sharing right now.
Oh yeah. No, it's just the search terms were pretty crazy enough.
That's on 1X channel then. No, never mind demonetized. We're kicking you off YouTube full stop.
I think this was of Hong Kong, though.
Oh, Hong Kong. Okay. Yeah, but if you
I
drop
think. I'm not entirely sure.
if you drop the link, I'll happily post it in chat.
I think I got scared of it and ran away so fast I didn't even bookmark it. This was like a while ago. Sometime.
Well, yeah, I'll definitely have a look at it. It does sound really interesting. Like I said, I am always fascinated to look at the Hubble deep space, deep field images. Every now and then I'll suddenly think of it, go find them, and spend some time enjoying it. Absolutely stunning. Oh, we got a couple more in the live waiting room. I'll just go and see if they want to come in. Hey guys, do you want to come in?
Yeah, sure.
Sean, I'll come back for you.
Finally got my sound fixed.
Okay, I'll bring you in tech. Okay, well, I'm just about to bring in my very, very newest patron, Mr. Tech Blog. Hello, good evening to you. Good to speak.
Good evening.
Oh, you cut off a bit quick then.
Good evening.
Good evening to you. And I don't know. Yes, you've been listening, I guess. We got Philosopher and Nonsense in here. Mitch, another patron, and the Casual Spaceman, who you might have seen on a couple of my live streams with James Skipper, the ex-NASA test engineer.
Oh, sweet.
So, what have you been up to then? Apart from deciding to patron me, which I'm very grateful for. Thank you.
I've spent the last hour plus trying to get my my microphone working so I could actually talk to somebody on Discord. I ultimately had to switch over to my Windows partition because the Mac was just being a real pain in the butt.
Well, I don't do Mac. Don't do Mac at all. And I'm always moaning
don't
at the
blame you.
kids and Mrs. Sensible. I'm not an Apple man. Not by long chalk.
No, it was a bad decision on my part, but you know.
Beautiful kit. Beautiful.
Audio is an absolute enigma to me. I'm always having problems with audio.
Yeah.
Nobody really understands it.
Audio on the Mac is probably above my pay grade.
I'll tell you who does understand it, and that's Colon, the moderator, my moderator. He's actually under the weather. He was ill a little earlier on today, and I said, "Look, forget it. Don't come in tonight." He did come in, saying he feel a little better, but he's had to go. He's still suffering a bit. So if you're still listening, Colon, get well soon, mate.
I'll be right back, Mr. Sensible. Won't be a second.
Yeah, no worries.
No, he's a great guy. You're lucky to have him.
Excellent.
I found the insane picture.
Well, I look forward to the link. Well, better check it first. I've just had a super chat from 3am Paranormale e Horror, who has super chatted €2. Let me just drag that across again, saying a 15-degree-per-hour drift. And yes, I am a guy. Yeah, I nearly said Mr. 3am, but because I've not been sure. Now I know. Thank you very much, Mr. 3am Paranormale e Horror. Yeah, 15 degrees per hour. Thanks, Bob. Good man is Nadal, isn't he?
That's become one of my favorite phrases.
Yeah, everyone says it. Yeah, thanks, Bob.
Yeah, thanks, Bob. Sorry, I forgot to throw that in.
Yeah, we should be grateful. Oh, and Colon.
Yeah, that wasn't Hong Kong. That was Tokyo.
Tokyo, okay. It's
the one where you can see the guy standing naked in the apartment building.
Well, if whatever floats your boat.
Well, it's just it was so big. I'd actually don't look up gigapixel. Look up petapixel.
Okay.
It's gigantic. I mean, it's ginormous.
Yeah, but I guess if you try and look at that, you've downloaded half the internet onto your machine.
Well, you've certainly downloaded everyone else's internet.
And Colon is still in the chat. Listen, you make sure you take it easy, Colon.
Hey, Sean's waiting for us.
Oh, he was there a minute ago, and let me see if he's awake.
Back.
Are you awake, Sean? Hello.
I would really love to see Sean here.
Yeah, he's not saying anything. I'll pop in there in a minute because I could drag him across. Let's just drag him across and maybe without knowing.
He's all right.
And here he is. Are you in here, Sean? Are you awake? Well, he is in here, but whether he's awake, I don't know.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's going to catch up eventually. He might have just gone to get some Flurf wash because he's been doing a lot of tackling with the ridiculous videos himself, and I don't think he's getting enough credit really. I mean, he's working hard at.
Who was he fighting? I did see. Was he doing some stuff? Someone's been really having a go at him. I can't think of who it was.
Oh, it was. He did a T-Stew. There was that guy.
That guy. That's the one who I saw it on. Yeah, I don't really follow T-Stew. I find him. I don't like him.
He likes to play with all the greats. I just think that he's warming them up for me.
Hello. Good evening, Sean.
Yeah, I can hear.
You can hear me now. Okay, good. I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different choices on input settings on my voice, so I had to figure out which one I was going to use.
Yeah, that's why I just went for a USB mic, and even so, the number of times I don't switch something on or I've got the volume up, it's just a nightmare, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got a microphone on my camera. I've got a microphone on my earpiece that I use as a monitor.
Yeah.
And then I've got my regular microphone, and then I've got a microphone on my soundbar. So, yeah, it gets confusing,
doesn't it? Just
that's a lot of microphones.
Sean is an audio junkie, apparently.
Clearly.
No, I like tech. Just a tech junkie.
Hey, Sean, you should come and play with us. Come and play with us later on Area 69. We're going to be on about 3.5.
Okay, I'll be there.
Yeah, cool. You know how to get there?
No.
Oh, well, the Discord.
clipping really bad.
I'll DM you a link real quick.
Philosopher of Nonsense, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab your link. Oh, where am I? Your 360 megapixel link. It says careful what you open here. I'll pop it in chat then, if anyone wants to look at it in their own time.
Super chat. Excellent.
Oh, and I've just had a super chat.
There you go, Sean.
Wow, Mr. Victory has just super chatted $20. I've got to go, Mr.
Wow.
Yeah, wow indeed.
Nice.
I've got to go, Mr. S, but I want to say thank you very much. You have a fan for life. Listen, Mr. Victory, you're very welcome. I was more than happy to do this stuff about your image because I think it's absolutely beautiful work. Absolutely beautiful. And I did note you said that you did it by hand. I assumed it was sort of half computer generated with you sort of guiding it. Wow. But thank you.
That's done by hand?
That's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, basically,
Very cool.
if you think your graphics card is all that, go ahead and open one of these images. Go ahead. Go ahead. Dare you. I just dare you.
That doesn't sound very good.
And I see Christmas posted a link to the Black Site Area 69 as well, to the YouTube channel. Oh, someone's made a noise. Is their computer just crashing because they've opened that image?
No, that was my phone. That was my phone.
I was just, I've just seen Now Opinion posted. Is it Fox News picture of Shanghai panorama reveals naked man and hotel window? Is that...
that would be That would be the naked man picture, I think. Yeah.
Well,
yeah. It's been posted the lounge now. Yeah, I'm not going to open it though. But it's only a Fox News article.
So it won't be too bad.
Yeah, just don't open the root picture though.
But
no, I'm not.
There's the Fox News link. If Fox News actually is anything to do with news, but there it is in the chat. If anyone wants to go and have a look at that. Thanks, Now Opinion. And we got a couple of others who I seen popped in. Tusk, good evening. Phil Blacker. Digger Evans. Oh, it says bye-bye, Tusk. Is he going? I don't know. And Doc Scranton. I saw your comments earlier, Doc, about Harry Hill. It's very rude. Very rude indeed.
I will be right back.
No worries, Sean.
Don't threaten us.
I was just reading about it. Apparently it says the mesmerizing 24.9 billion pixel panoramic photograph. 24.9 billion pixel.
Wow.
Huge.
How's that for a camera?
How many pixels? How many pixels, Casual, is the Hubble?
Oh, now you're asking. I have no idea off the top of my head. No, I don't know.
No. I mean, I presume it's quite a lot, but it's been up there quite a time. And although, did they upgrade the camera? I presume.
Well, I mean, it contains different sensors and all sorts of different things that actually put together images. This is not all. It's not all optical. There is optical optical parts on board, but no. Honestly, I honestly don't know. I really don't know.
Actually, I have that now. The full resolution of Hubble is about 11,477 pixels by 7,965 pixels.
Wow. So multiply those together. What does that give you without doing the math?
Lot.
Yeah, lots.
I just Googled it. According to Slate.com, it says 1.5 billion pixels. 1500
Wow. Yeah, it would be a lot. Well, this I mean, that panoramic thing is 24.9 billion. God.
Yeah, Hubble, pack your stuff and go home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And we haven't even left Earth with it yet.
No, I mean, wait until you see James Webb though, the James Webb telescope. I mean, that's basically like Hubble but on steroids, on a lot of steroids.
I was just gonna say that thing is gonna be amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah,
but
and
not only that, it's
first thing flat earthers will want you to do, Cash, or want us to do with that, is to turn it around and point at Earth to show the curve.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but they'll want you to point it straight down to show the curve.
Yeah,
that's funny.
They wouldn't believe it.
Potentially on paper, with James Webb you can do, because it's actually going to be sitting at one of the Lagrange points, which is the one that's actually closest to Earth. Which, for those of you that don't know in the chat, perhaps it's a Lagrange point. Basically, it's a point in space. There's various points around the solar system, particularly around Earth. There's one that's nearest the Earth on the other side of the orbit of the Moon, if you like, away from the Sun, where the gravitational pull of the Sun and the Earth cancel each other out. So it kind of sits in this rotation that at the same time as the Earth goes around the Sun. So potentially it could do that, but potentially I don't know what it would come out like. But
yeah, but they probably say, look, there's the curve, and when they zoom back a bit, find it's actually the dome of my head.
Your head's not that big, Mr. Sensible.
If you look at the lounge now, this debunks a lot of the funny stuff where they say, "Oh well, that launch is fake because there's no video from start to end." Well, there's 5 different angles on this video that it puts in the lounge. Give that a go and tell me that that's not real, especially when you hear the sound fade away as it leaves the atmosphere because it's less dense.
Yeah. I've used that on many occasions. Use that examples because they'll complain and say there's not a single stream in one shot. I've used that in many examples, but it's the same story. It's fake. It's a CGI or whatever.
Well, you know when they say CGI, I just say, of course it is. You're looking at it on your computer, fool.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course it is. Yeah, I mean, your digital camera on your phone. That's a digital.
I'll bring you in now, Dark Knight.
Cameras now, the same thing.
I've got yet another guest I'm bringing in. It's getting busy in here tonight. We've got Dark Knight Apologetics. Hello, good evening to you, Mr. Nerdy Christian, sir.
Hi.
Good evening.
Wow, that's exciting.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah.
You're a little low to me though. I'll adjust that on my end.
And I'm boosting it here for the stream.
A lot of clipping.
I hope to God everybody can hear me because, like I said, I've been having a lot of audio issues tonight, and
sounds good.
Well over an hour, but I gotta say, I genuinely feel sorry for the children of all flat earthers because that is just. Geez. I don't know. These people can't.
I do too.
They really can't. I mean, God.
Well, Folkley would stop slapping them around.
Oh,
wow.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Well,
absolutely.
and then there's Thompson who creeps up on them with his van.
Oh.
No, don't say allegedly.
Yeah, that's.
Then I think a day.
Yeah, that is creepy.
I think if you have any sort of thing where you're gonna talk about flat Earth or anything that's outside of the educational norms, well, actually, just in general, don't pull up to kids on the street for any reason.
Yeah, that was terrible.
I mean, unless you really need help, no.
I've got two kids myself, and I think if I was in a playground with my kids, and he rucked up and started saying NASA's lying to you, the Earth is flat. I'm not a violent person, but I don't think I'll be held responsible for my actions.
I will be less than sociable.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
In California. Hello?
Yeah.
In California, there's a law. I'm not sure if it's just in San Francisco or if it's statewide, but I know in San Francisco, if you are on a playground, you had better be accompanied by a child. It says it right.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a city ordinance.
Yeah.
That should be an ordinance in every city, especially here in New York. I see creepy stuff all the time, and as a parent, it drives me.
Well, I'm not sure if it was Thompson or Roberts I saw flat smacking students. He was handing leaflets to them as they were coming out, going to the bus and things like that. That's disgusting. Thompson.
Yeah, that was Thompson.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Captain Hobo.
Well, this is interesting.
Hobo.
Sorry, Dark, you're cracking up a bit.
Am I?
Well, that's okay, but you might need to speak a little more slowly and clearly.
Something about messing with your audio-video optimizations so you won't clip out some.
I'm using a
lot
pretty
of
cheap mic, so.
Well, that sounds a bit better.
Yeah, a bit better. Yeah.
Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta.
A lot of cutting out from people, like clipping.
Yeah, we've
But
got
it
1,
just-
2,
it just
3,
stops.
what, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us in here, and I've got 2 in the live waiting room. But I mean, it's 20 to 11. I'm going to finish at 11. So those of you waiting in the live waiting room, sorry, I don't think I'll be bringing any more in because
Yeah, we're a little crowded.
we're quite crowded right now. And as I said, I'm going to finish by 11 anyway. So thank you. And that's excuse me, Flat Earth Aussie Jesus and 9 o'clock Hero. So thank you very much for coming in. But try again another live stream. Thanks, guys. But yeah, I would like to hear from you, Dark, because as I said earlier on, you've been a commenter for a long time, and I think this is the first time you've come on a stream. And he's gone quiet again.
And there he goes. Well, we see what he thinks about it.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Can you
you're in
hear me
trouble
now?
now. You're on the spot.
Yeah, we can hear. We can hear you. Just go for it, Dark.
I do have a channel.
Well, if you post a link to your channel in either the lounge, what were we doing? Were we doing the lounge, guys?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, drop or in general chat, and then I'll happily drop the link to your channel in the side chat so people can go and have a look. What sort of stuff do you cover mostly?
Mostly it's I try to focus on
Did it clip out?
Bible readings mostly on my channel.
On Bible, yeah. But is that just from a sort of worship sort of side of things, or more study?
It's mostly study stuff.
Like theological
Bible study.
discussions.
I'm trying to focus on trying to show people how a reasonable Christian reads the Bible.
You mean a real Christian?
Reasonable, I think you said. Did you say reasonable or real? But Dark.
I said.
Oh no, yeah, that's what I mean. A real. When I said real, but that's like a real Christian, someone who actually believes, in their religion and doesn't just use it as a shield for something else.
Hey, I'll take someone reasonable, someone who uses reason in their faith. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
No, I will tell. I mean, I may be an atheist. I mean, I like to joke around and say I was saved from Jesus, but no, I will totally have a good discussion with people in theology. I mean, I studied a lot of that stuff anyway, and I can see how these things come together. I understand what the belief is. I was there. I understand the belief. I just don't follow it anymore. That's the only thing.
I know a lot of scientists who are very, very deeply religious. And to me, that says more about science than anything else, that it transcends all of these notions of abstract morality. It's intended to be very objective and self-correcting. Religion, not so much, but I know lots of atheists who are scientists, and I know lots of people of really deep and great faith who I respect a great deal, who are scientists.
Oh yeah, no. Well, it's just if someone's going to say 1 + 1 equals 2, that goes across religion or science. But if they say 1 + 1 equals 3 because God, that's where you lose me.
I agree with that.
Well, Dark has not been offended whenever I've done a video which is more of the, and rather than just the anti-flat Earth, where it's talked about. I've done one about Noah and sort of young Earth creationists. Had no problem there because I think it drives you as mad as anyone else, doesn't it, Dark?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of young Earth creationism. I actually was a former young Earth creationist.
Really? So what made you change?
Mainly the evidence, actually.
Can't say fairer than that, can you?
No, you can't.
Super chat. Excellent.
See, that speaks volumes about you, though, because you're actually looking at evidence. You're not just blindly believing and shunning anything that may slightly, even remotely oppose your worldview.
Well, guys, I've just had another super chat from Mr. Tech Blog, who is here chatting to us. Mr. Tech Blog has super chatted $10 and doesn't even want to say anything.
What to say? I'm in your voice channel.
Wow. Thank you, Tech. I really appreciate it. That's very, very kind of you.
The creators that entertain me. I really appreciate you bringing me here like that. That was really cool. Expecting it, but so I wanted to say thank you.
No, thank you. You've just started as a patron, my latest patron, which, I mean, it does mean so much. You must have noticed on my Patreon, I've got different levels, whatever it is, $1, $2.55, whatever, but I make no difference between them. Because if someone wants to patron $1, they get exactly the same as if they want to patron more. Because I appreciate every little bit. Because you've actually sort of put your money where your mouth is, if you like, and showing your support. And I acknowledge that and really appreciate it. Thank you. Have I just killed the sound?
No. We were all just entranced by your what's the word? Your
sexy
voice. It was just so
soothing tones. Soothing tones. I want to use sexy, but soothing tones.
They're soothing.
Yeah, I was trying not to say that.
I just don't want to be rude.
About what?
I just like to make sure that everyone has equal speaking time.
Oh, so you have to push in a bit, I think, though, Dark.
Just a little bit of rude. A little bit of rude is okay.
Yeah, sometimes the panels that I hang around with on Discord and the discussion panels and things that I hang around with, you've actually got to put your voice forward because otherwise you will not be heard.
Well, yeah, it's not like this is an Oakley chat or anything. This is we just got to fit in, and sometimes it's hard to catch when someone stopped talking or not.
Yeah, absolutely. And also there's a delay quite often as well, sometimes on Discord or some panels and things as well. So,
Yeah, so go for it. And if you have to stop because you realise someone else has already started ahead of you, then that's fine. Stop. No one to take offence. It's if you try and deliberately shout over each other, that's where it becomes a problem. But following Tech Blog's super chat, Mitch Goldstein, who's also here on the voice chat, has just super chatted.
Nice number.
$6.66. Where have I seen that number before?
Well, the funny thing about that number.
It was on an Iron Maiden album, right?
The Number of the Beast, yeah, definitely.
Actually, no, it's not.
Excellent. Oh, blimey, you're all at it.
666 is not the number of the beast. 999 is. It was inverted to show disrespect.
But on Iron Maiden's album, it was on there. But
that was Iron Maiden. I mean,
I go with Iron Maiden. Sorry.
I go with the pagans of the earliest 4th century. Because Indiana Jones found this for me, and I saw it on YouTube, so it's all true.
Hang on a minute, doesn't it say you said that it was turned upside down? It was actually 999, but in Revelations, it should say the mark of the beast, and on that mark will be or something on those lines will be the number 666.
Well, wait, is that New Testament?
It says that in my version.
Can I debunk that
probably,
whenever you're ready?
Most likely. Sorry, what's that?
Can I debunk the 999 thing whenever you're ready? Please.
I'll tell you what, debunk it in just a second because I've got another important announcement. 9 O'Clock Hero has just done a super chat for £2.99. Jason, turn that Kindle off right now and get to sleep. Yeah, go ahead with your 666-999 debunk, Mitch.
All right. Yeah, the Bible was not written at a time where Arabic numbers were in use. So at the time, there would have been no 6 or 9. So much for that.
Well,
Mr.
you gotta
Sensible,
warn that.
we can hear you talking to somebody there, Mr. Sensible. I don't know who you're talking to.
I don't know how. I had my mic switched off.
Yeah, we could hear you.
No, someone's listening to the live stream is bleeding over into someone's mic.
Because
Yeah,
let me try it again. Tell me if you can hear this. Did you get that?
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you, and I've had the stream muted, so
I
yeah.
can only assume it's coming in then via my webcam. Weird. And I was talking to Mrs. Sensible, who sat in the other side of the room.
Thought you were.
Hi, Mrs.
Sorry, go ahead, Dark Knight. Beg your pardon. Sorry.
Yeah, things are not working all the way correct on my end. I'm trying to correct it.
Well, you're a lot clearer than you were earlier on. Much, much clearer.
Much better.
Well, you need more magnets. You see, to pull in the lights from the sun to power your computer. And yeah,
Really?
yeah. Didn't you
I just
hear?
saw that
I
online.
just saw it on YouTube too. I was just looking that up.
But of course, will that be enough to power your graphics card to load up that Tokyo image?
Oh, not a chance. It's gonna be like that Star Wars movie. What was it? I don't know, where they had the big planet and sucked out of the sun to fire the big laser.
Oh yes.
Death Star 2. Yeah, so he has to suck in the whole sun. So if the sun blacks out, now we know we try to download that image.
Actually, it's rather dark here. Perhaps someone is downloading it. Here's a question. You're always going on about the speed of light. I've always wanted to know, what is the speed of dark? They don't talk about it. NASA keep that under wraps.
Nah.
You had to go there. didn't you?
Well, that's 10 to the negative 17.
and that's a negative number, so it
Yeah.
must be slow.
It must be about.
Oh, it's a double negative.
It's
Yeah,
about
it's
minus
double.
170, isn't it? It's 10 times negative 17.
Actually, if you have a camera with enough zoom, you can see the dark.
Really? Really? And what does dark look like when you close in on it?
It's quite black, I believe.
Okay. So perhaps then daylight is just darkness zoomed out. You're not looking close enough.
Well, daylight is the other side. It's when darkness is going away from you, then you see light.
What, sort of like a Doppler shift?
Well, yeah. See, darkness is running away from you, so it leaves light behind, right?
Yeah,
and then when darkness comes at you, it leaves a light behind on the other side. So that's how you get seasons.
So
Wait, can darkness leave a red shift?
I don't know.
Wouldn't it leave a black shift?
There you go.
Well, actually, black is not a color, so I think that would be dividing by zero.
Well, actually, anything that's outside the visible spectrum looks black, right?
Only by lack of detection.
Well, in the daylight, could you have a black torch to shine some darkness?
Yeah, just plug the batteries in backwards.
Okay, that's cool. I can understand that. And make sure they're really, really run down.
Yeah, I got a super bright night torch flashlight. Put the batteries in backwards, sucked all the light of the room.
Yeah, but it only works on the dark side of the moon.
True.
Well, no, only if you listen to Pink Floyd.
Sorry, have I come to the wrong channel?
You weren't arguing for flat Earth here?
Casual, you're learning some real science here, mate.
What's that? Sorry, say again.
I said you're learning some real science here.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, more than they teach you on the Millennium Falcon, you know.
I hope that JM Truth catches some of that. He'll probably agree with half of that.
If he plugs his cameras in backwards, does he suck people into them, or?
What did he get? Third place on DFOTY?
Yeah, he was robbed.
He was, wasn't he?
Absolutely robbed.
I missed. I was sick. Who won that?
Riley.
Second,
Oh, Riley didn't deserve that.
Well, this is
second was Kyle Curtis, and by a long way, JM Truth the third.
But
But
it was all
Riley with his unicorn fire.
It didn't really bother me who won.
They're all winners, aren't they?
Yeah, we allowed the people to vote for them, and that's always a mistake.
They're all
Yes, never allow people to vote. That's how you get the.
Negative
It's just like a Bodie McBoat face.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Now that's real British sense of humour. That is. Would you agree, Matt?
Yeah, I would say so, definitely.
Except they're right out of Fawlty Towers.
I'm American, so I don't know British humor.
Fawlty Towers is probably even to the extreme, because I mean that's completely slapstick. But I mean, a lot of people say that about Fawlty Towers. I don't think the British are quite like that. Usually, particularly modern humour, it's very sort of dry and sarcastic most of the time.
Well, what I like about Fawlty Towers is that Basil Fawlty he's fictional characters, but all the characters around them are real, genuine, very, very British, normal British people. And that's what I think I really love the show. He's the oddball. Everybody else is normal.
Yeah,
there are people like him.
Yeah, there are. Well, yeah, they're far and few between, but yeah, there are some people a bit like him. Yeah.
The thing was,
I've always wanted to have a. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, despite the fact that he always screwed up and was a total idiot, he was always trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, sure he was. Yeah. Especially by his wife, he could never do anything right according to his wife, but he was always trying to do his best.
Basil. I just wonder.
Basil, if you're going to grope the guests, at least have the decency to be in the same room as them.
Oh my God.
Basil.
I just wanted to have a boat with a dinghy called Atkinson, so then when I go in it, I can say I'm Rowan Atkinson. Yes, thank you. I'm the master of all puns, the punisher, if you will.
You're gonna get punished.
Yep. That's my two favorite shows right there, Fawlty Towers and Blackadder. Absolutely top two.
Blackadder.
Oh, how can you leave out Mr. Bean?
I enjoyed Mr. Bean, but he was treated too much.
Yeah, he's
Blackadder.
That's not. Yeah.
You gotta at least give him something there.
Mr. Bean isn't typical British humor. Really.
I'm American. What do you expect? I just know that to me it was funny. What about Monty Python?
It's fun.
Come on.
Well, before we get into Python, because that's always never ending, I'll just say I've just had another super chat.
Also American over here.
I've had another super chat from Nal Pinion, who's super chatted 59 Swedish krona, saying thanks for a very enjoyable stream. I'm off to bed. Well, good night, Nal Pinion. You have a good sleep and catch you again. Thank you very much for the super chat.
Right, they're an hour later than you, right, guys?
No, they're ahead of us. So it's later.
Yeah, they're about 2 hours ahead, 2 hours in the future, I think. 1 or 2 hours anyway.
So did you say Monty Python was?
I'm going to say
no. Monty Python's British.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought. Okay, I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
Hey, no worries.
Haven't you seen the Ministry of Silly Walks?
Yeah.
I'm ducking out, fellas.
Life of
Take
Brian
care,
and
Mr. Sensible. See you guys around.
Oh, you take care, Mitch. Thank you for dropping in, mate.
All right, Mitch. Thanks, come.
Bye-bye. Yeah, so Monty Python. We'll give Monty Python 5 minutes, and then I'm going to have to, unfortunately, let this stream come to an end.
Yeah, you could talk. You could talk all night about Monty Python and do quotes and all the rest of it. So I could do that forever. So I'm not going to do it because once I start, I won't be able to stop. So.
Just want to make it clear, my name is not a Monty Python reference.
Yeah.
I just want to throw in, just because if I don't say it, I'm going to go bonkers. But the old raggedy guy that runs from the distance, and then it comes up and just says it's.
The
and then at the end of the show, he has to saunter off because he's being shooed off, and that could be the end of the video right there. It's like, "Arr."
Yeah, I absolutely adore Monty Python.
The Lodge. The Lodge. And now...
For something completely different. And do you recall Mr. Raymond? What was it? Mr. Throat Warbler Mangrove. It's spelt. It's spelt Raymond Luxury Yacht, but pronounced Throat Warbler Mangrove.
Luxury Yacht.
Oh man,
that's a dead parrot.
No, it's not. It's hibernating.
You nailed it to the porch.
It's hiding in the fjords.
It's sad, isn't it? But this is what YouTube does to people.
Yeah, no.
I know. It's like it just sucks you right in.
It doesn't. It just doesn't. It just. I think. Maybe we'll have to do a Monty Python night. What do you reckon? Should we do a stream, a Monty Python stream?
Oh, that would be
awesome. All Monty Python themes.
Yes, that's a plan. We'll do that. So
that's not flats. You nailed it to a clue.
I've got a slug. But let's leave it there, guys. Thank you very much. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope that you out there watching have too. I know it's been a bit random, but my streams usually are. Don't forget to check out and contact Mr. Victory, addresses above, if you're interested in some of his artwork. So, guys who are in here on the chat, last time I started from the bottom. This time I'll start from the top. Any last words, Mr. Dark Knight Apologetics?
Just check out my channel. I just recently hit 55 subs.
Let me
really
repost
like to
it
get
again.
Up to 100.
Yeah, get him up to 100, definitely. Let me just repost. Oh, I've lost the chat. Come on, I'll repost your link now. So yeah, please check out Dark Knight Apologetics channel. Okay, well thanks very much, Dark. It's great to speak to you at last. You have a good one, and please drop in again sometime. Yeah.
I'll make sure to.
Excellent. And Casual, Matt, my friend.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, sorry, we're ending. I thought it was just Stein.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. I'm up early in the morning. I've got to do an airport run, so that's why I'm having to finish promptly tonight.
Oh, right, okay. No, that's fine. That's okay. I thought I was coming late anyway. No, just early. I was hoping to have a video out this weekend, but I was doing the script today, and I kind of finished it, and I looked at it, and I was thinking, I don't like it. I really don't. So I've kind of abandoned it, and I'm going to rethink about how I'm going to do it. But yeah, no, one other thing, we've got SpaceX Falcon 9, SpaceX Dragon 2, the Crew Dragon spacecraft is doing the in-flight abort test next Saturday. I'll put the link in the description if that's okay.
Of course you can. I'm reposting links as quick as I can.
Yeah, it's quite a crucial test for Dragon. It just means that if they can pass that test, what hopefully we'll then see in April, that Dragon spacecraft will be taking crew to the ISS, hopefully in about April time. If it doesn't work, then it could very well put it back months, or who knows how long. So have a look at the link, and I think it's 1 p.m. my time GMT, which is be about 8 a.m. I think Eastern next Saturday. So come and join for me. That would be great. You might, and I'm not 100% sure about this, but you might actually see the first stage actually explode possibly. I don't know. I'm not sure, but it could be spectacular. Who knows?
Excellent stuff. So Casual. Excuse me, Casual. If you drop the link, I'll repost it again in a second. Yeah, so check that out if you're around. And next we have Philosopher of Nonsense, and I've just reposted the link to your channel just a moment ago.
That's the black site. I'm not too worried about my personal subs at the moment, but I just again reminder. We are going to be up in about 3 hours. So come by, don't forget to sub and ring the bell, because once we start coming out, we're coming out with a force. So you're not going to want to miss a thing. And well, of course, thank you again, Mr. Sensible.
You're welcome.
It's always a joy. Even if I have to deal with all these other miscreants in here, you know. But yes, of course, squish Arnold for me, well, yeah, I guess drink merry, be happy until you come over, and we should be there, like I said, in 3 hours. So give us a go, and
hopefully
it's just sort of a round table though, so you get to meet us all.
Well, we've obviously got Americans in here who are several hours behind, so I guess that's likely to be more suitable for them. But anyone else, please go and check that out. It sounds like
6
fun.
6 p.m. PST.
I'm okay. I'm just sorry, I'm not going to be able to make it. As I said, I've got an early night. And here's the link to Casual Spaceman's SpaceX Crew Dragon in-flight abort test. There you go. Thanks for that, Casual, as well. And Tech Blog. Are you still in here, Tech Blog?
Thank you very much for having me here.
Very welcome, sir.
A lot of fun, and I appreciate it.
And I appreciate you as a patron, as I said earlier on. Thank you so much. Do you have a channel or anything you want to shill out?
I do have a YouTube channel. Unfortunately, I've kind of neglected it due to my work schedule. But I have a YouTube channel that deals with First Edition Dungeons and Dragons. So I don't know how many people here are actually interested in all that. But maybe next time I'm around, I'll post a link or something.
Yeah, please do. But it's great to meet you. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thanks.
Okay, well.
Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, everybody, before you go.
Thanks, Casual.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I did that when I entered.
Suck up.
You got 3 thumbs down here, really?
Hey, I had 2 before it even started. We reckon what I don't know who it was.
Well, I already know 2 of them.
Territory. It comes to the territory, and in terms of the algorithms, it doesn't do you any harm anyway. So
it's engagement, it doesn't matter, isn't it? Okay, listen, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all, and hopefully you can drop in again sometime. Right, so to everyone out there, thank you very, very much for watching. Thank you for the super chats that have come in. I really appreciate that. I've got my next video should be coming out Tuesday, but tomorrow night at 7:30. I thought it was 7:15, but I've got 7:30 written up. I am live with Creaky Blinder on Creaky's channel. Please join us there. It's the second of his new series. I forgot what you call it. Creaky Cast. A different format for him. So that should be fun. Looking forward to it and hope to see you all then. So, thank you very much. See you all soon. Until next time, stay sensible.